Dave here, Smoky Mountain Nationals Garage. This episode of Inside. And it's kind of a very special episode for us as we just stuck the old road dog here in the wind for 740 miles round trip. Normally, that's not a big deal, right? A lot of you guys drive 6, 7 hours to a show, 6, 7 hours home. We did it this time with pulling the Scotty. Wow. Nothing like adding on another 1,800, 1,900 pounds to the rear end of this thing, getting that load balanced, driving all the mountains of Tennessee and Kentucky and 90-degree temperatures in Indiana. We're up for a challenge. I want to shout out to Greg and Lana Giddings in Louisiana. Hardcore 44, baby. We stuck her in the wind. We threw some tools in the back and just drove. Hot, cold, hills, upgrades, third gear, overdrive, terrible gas mileage, good gas mileage, a little dirty. But you know what? That's what these trucks are for. Get out, get your classic, get your 80 truck, get it out in the wind, start enjoying it. Boy, I tell you what, it's really changed my life. You know, we kind of put it on the trailer and 8 miles here and 10 miles there. And, but I'll tell you what, I'm having a lot more fun sticking the old girl in the wind. So let's tell you what we're going to talk about, just a little general maintenance and things that happen to us along the way. Believe it or not, stuff happens to everybody on these road trips. We're maybe close to 4,000 miles on this thing, 3,500, 3,800. I can't remember exactly. You know, when the speedo works, 95% of the time. Yeah, we're gonna drop the oil. Keeping a close eye on the transmission. I do want to thank Matt Braybender, Matt's Transmissions in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. He's a fellow AD guy, comes to our fall cruise. Took my truck down there and he gave me the peace of mind. Stick it in the wind. Do whatever you need to do. 700 is a good, strong transmission. Got a lot of, overdrive use in it. A lot of third gear pulling the hills. And this is a small crate motor. This is originally a JAGS 190 horse, full emission. Probably kind of 80s, late 70s, block kind of thing. And set it up. Oh, the only thing it has on it is HEI and cable driven speedo, and it's a 92 700, so it's the last year. Pulled like a rock star, let me tell you. Couple things that happened, and if this has happened to you, here it is happening to me, and you probably fixed it the same way I did, but we're going to pass on the information. All good. 3 or 4 or 5 hours, you get up at 6 o'clock, you're driving, cool temperatures, maybe a little overcast, everything's fine. Then the roads start getting hot. 12:30, 1:30, 2:30. You stop for lunch, you give it a little rest. You might crack the hood like I tend to do a lot and let some of the heat out. Still hot, you get back in, hit the road. Here we are. I think we had some little gurgling issues like towards the end there. I just came down from our local O'Reilly sponsor in Alcoa, Tennessee, and want to thank them. They got a great back counter crew, Jason and Scotty, and ordered a little, can't remember the exact word. You guys know what I'm talking about, that plastic spacer that kind of starts maybe insulating some of the heat transfer into the carburetor. The point I'm trying to make here is I think my gas was getting hot and we weren't kind of, everything was not cool, as we'd say. So we're going to put that on. It's on order. It should be here next week. Coming out of some company out of Michigan, special kind of handy dandy little plastic spacer. We'll see how that goes. 1/2 inch thick. Should stop that heat transfer. And then we looked at some different locations for a fuel filter. And currently, I had, and had a couple of these, so I wanted to use them up this Purelator, and I can't remember exactly what store I got it out of. And we're fixing to take it off here in a second, but I kind of tipped it sideways and got a good look at it. Notice, all the 6 or 8 or 10 or 12 different gas stations you hit along the way here, and the trash, I tried to run the tank down pretty low one time just to kind of double check things. I might have picked up some trash, but we're going to change that. That might have been some of my problem. I think maybe getting it too hot. But I was down there talking to the counter guy. He was a local hot rod guy. And kind of maybe might want to bring you in here for a second, show you the location that was recommended, the location of the fuel filter that was recommended by our local O'Reilly's, like I say, one of our show sponsors. And of course, we're going to go to, they don't support the channel, but I really think if you watch the other shows, this is one of the best brands going right now. So let's bring you in here and we'll do it. And you can see I also have the Spectre air cleaner. It's going to need a little wash and wax. But we're going to do some upgrades. We're going to drop the antifreeze. And, after a week of a show, dusty, and it's just, if you're going to wash the outside, let's kind of give the old girl, the power plant, a little attention. We're going to drop the radiator. We're going to clean everything out and flush it all up, clean it all up. Then we're going to get to the outside. You can kind of see where had a big critter there splatter. Then we're going to get to it and clean it all up. If not, might forget. So let's take you under the hood real quick and see how that goes. So we're back. Let me just kind of show you. I took this down to the guy down there, and this is kind of what he said. He said, hey, you know what? That fuel filter, which you can see needs to be cleaned, is in a good spot. I thought maybe I was going to get some heat from the head, but he has said, your fan's right here. It's keeping that thing cool. So we're going to swap it out. Put the wicks. We're going to eliminate that one. Hey, Chevy's barking at somebody. And we're going to throw an extra one under the seat just to make sure. So, get back off the road. Smoky Mountain Nationals, AD Nationals, going to an open show somewhere. Maybe just taking the Classic out for a little cruise. When you get a little bit of mileage on it, I know you want to clean it. I know you want to get it in the garage and get it cleaned. Don't forget the under the hood stuff. A little bit of maintenance will go a long way. And we're going to be working on old two-tone 50 here. In the meantime, came back with a few of these from Franklin, Indiana. And if we can help you get into our 2024 shop shirt, Smoky Mountain Nationals, a little lapel. You can see I got one from last year on. We don't care. Customize them. If you got to cut the sleeves off or whatever you got to do, cut the neck out, make them comfortable, use them in the shop. When you need some more, give us a holler. I got a few left and a few hats left. If you need something, message me, bleep bloop in the comments, and we'll throw these in a bag and get them out to you. $15 price point. Hey, you know what? For working in the shop and representing AD Nation, there you go. It's always good to have something with an AD truck on it. Anyways, I hope everybody has a good weekend. Get in the shop, work on your stuff, and we will see you real soon. And another episode, hopefully soon, another episode of Inside the Smoky Mountain Nationals Garage. See you then.